by DeWanna Bonner. That's a little bit of a different look, too, that we're going to see. DeWanna Bonner's minutes have been limited, with Stephanie White mentioning the rotations with the anchor, as right away a three goes up for Bree Jones.
So you see they're playing Bree Jones. They allowed her to shoot that three ball, and she said, listen, I can score from out here, too. I don't have to just dominate in the paint.
Atlanta coming off of back-to-back games, scoring 90-plus points, and Caitlin Clark can score with the best of them.
And she's going to do that the entire game. We said in the pregame that she doesn't like losing. She's a competitor, and she wants to do to the Dream what they did to them on their whole court. She's going to be aggressive this entire game.
Reminder, she's the first player in WNBA's history to start the season with back-to-back 20-point, 10-assist games. And by the way, that first game was a triple-double against the Chicago Sky. And right away, Bree Jones, efficient in the paint.
Yeah, picking up where she left off. This is how she started the game on Tuesday as well, just dominating in the paint. They could not stop her. I hope Aaliyah Boston had her Wheaties this morning because she's about to go to work.
That was a matchup that we love to see. Aaliyah Boston actually was guarded mainly by Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner fouled out of the previous game on Tuesday as DeWanna Bonner up and out.
I know Bonner is excited to see the bottom of the net. Didn't have any points in the last game and just 7 in the first game of the season, just not Bonner-like.
BG going against Natasha Howard, and another bucket. How about the free agency picks with the first 7 for Atlanta?
And we're seeing that tandem big go off right now. They can't stop either one of them, and you can't double team because you leave one of them open.
Much like Tuesday, Atlanta off to a very efficient offensive start. 9 on the shot clock. Aaliyah Boston going against BG, bad idea. Gets it back to Natasha Howard, 3 on the shot clock, and gets it to drop.
Natasha Howard in her own right is a rebounder. She's a veteran in this league. She knows how to play around the rim.
Ryan Howard, when that goes through the net early for Rye, it's all systems go.
She told us that her shooting percentages aren't where she wants them to be, but she also said, stay tuned, Angel. It's coming. She starts this one off good.
Out of bounds for Kelsey Mitchell. Will line it up as well. That one's off the mark. Aaliyah Boston comes down with the rebound. Caitlin Clark comes off the screen, but an offensive foul again. Something that Steph White said in her post-game was efficiency and discipline. That's what she's challenging her team. Bree Jones snatched it away. Gets it back for Atlanta. Ryan, again, outside, no good. A foul on the floor. Second chance opportunities as well. 4 on the shot clock. Off the bounce, Tahina Pow slipped and will not get it off. That'll be a turnover for Atlanta there first.
What I can say about that shot, springy.
Tough as they get. Champion at South Carolina. And 2 champions that have been at South Carolina, as Alicia Gray on the floor with Tahina Pow as well. Aaliyah Boston, another champion from South Carolina. We can go on and on. As 5 seconds on the shot clock, DeWanna Bonner, 1 too many steps. On the
6. We know DB is a champion and she can score the basketball, but they've got to get her involved.
Score is an understatement. She's now 3rd in the WNBA all-time scoring list, passing Tina Thompson in their first game. Alicia Gray sending it back out to Pow. Short on the 3. Kelsey Mitchell, first step is lethal. Gets it out to Caitlin Clark off the back iron.
And that's how Indiana wants to play. They want to push pace and transition and get those easy threes.
Going to the rim, just rims off. Who's it off of? Brittany Griner thought it went off the fingertips of Aaliyah Boston. Love that he said that she welcomes and relishes in the big moments. Kelsey Mitchell off the mark, and Bree Jones rips down the rebound.
And at South Carolina, she had a lot of big moments. So she's used to it,
I would say. Part of the undefeated team is Rye Howard.
Points in her scores. White in the Indiana Fever, because they need Aaliyah Boston in there to battle. She definitely went to work.
Just shooting 28% from the field. Kelsey tapping it out top, sends it to Aaliyah Boston, and too strong. Both teams coming in 1-1. Rye going at Lexi Hull. We've seen that. 5 on the shot clock. Bree Jones going at Mirs Dantas. As Maya Caldwell creating another second chance opportunity for Atlanta, but Bree Jones couldn't connect.
Yeah, a couple missed chippies right at the rim. If you're Atlanta, you want to finish those.
And just a mishap for Kelsey Mitchell wanting that back. Bounce pass to Maya Caldwell. And Atlanta.
To be said, it's something that I could say over and over and over again. So it's just important to continue to drive it home because we've come a long way, but we still have a long way to go.
Absolutely. Not just a court design, though. Your merch can be found everywhere across the WNBA. What kind of responsibility do you know that you have as you're shaping the culture that we're seeing here in today's game?
I mean, honestly, a lot of this is easy. And so showing up for the players, showing up for their fans.
Playa Society has definitely demanded that attention. It is bold, it is fierce, and you always change.
Excitement around this as well, and it was lovely to know that this court will also be donated.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be donated to a local girls club, and I just love the all black. I love the message for the pace and respect to women's sports, not just basketball, but sports in general. And the court has been received well on social media as well. A lot of the fire signs associated.
Absolutely love it. Continuing to inspire women to chase their dreams after their favorite WNBA players, as Ryan Howard has an early 7 points for Atlanta. Kelsey Mitchell off the mark. 0 for 2. Still looking for her first field goal tonight. Before the timeout, Atlanta defense was holding Fever to just 25% from the field. It's been a struggle for them to get a good look.
Yeah, they just can't find the bottom of the net, but both teams have missed.
The game that she injured her ankle was actually the
Hall was a player who was fierce, and she was intense in the game. She really brought a different intensity when she came in and kind of just took over offensively.
That's her MO, as Bree Jones was left outside and short
to shoot that ball. She's 50% in this game from 3, but she can knock it down.
Back-to-back buckets for Indiana. Now things are starting to groove, led by Lexi Hull.
Yeah, they needed someone to ignite them, and she comes in and does just that. Both her and Sophie Cunningham just bring a fire and a fierceness to this Fever team.
Lexi with 5 off the bench. Brittany Griner couldn't connect on the layup.
So right now we see a shift in the momentum. Indiana's coming through. Atlanta's starting to stall offensively.
That just fell in the hands of Brittany Griner. Right now, Indiana on a 5-0 run. Tahina Pow pushing the pace, finding Bree Jones, but couldn't connect. Great as she was on the collegiate level, there is a learning curve on the W side, and so that's one thing, just understanding when and where. The Coach Nesco is challenging her, especially in the mishap of not having. Alisha Gray hands it off to Caitlin Clark. Got the switch with Bree Jones on her, sends it to the corner. Sophie Cunningham comes in and out 3.
Smart play, though, from Clark, who drew in 2 defenders, and she could have won up with that layup, but she decided to kick it out to Cunningham. That'll fall eventually.
Indiana just 1 for 4 from outside on the other end. Relied on heavily. She was starting a few games this year. She hasn't had and logged a lot of minutes, but in the previous game against Indiana, she came off the bench.
At the first game, and we said, how are they going to work it? Nance Hillman, he found a way.
Bree Jones did it last game, does it again. Going for Atlanta, 7 points, matching Ryan Howard. Less than a minute to go in the first quarter. And Natasha Howard short on the shot.
Atlanta's just making Indiana take all kinds of tough shots.
Saw the deny. Dewana Bonner, corner 3, in and out. Dewana Bonner 0 for 2 now from the out of the air. Finding Nia Coffey. And that time can't connect on the triple. Ryan Howard, Caitlin Clark finding a way to miss.
Excellent.
Shifty getting into the paint. And those are the things that we don't talk about enough. Her ability to find space on the inside.
I just love her response. Like, Ryan Howard is in her face, as she should be, but Caitlin Clark, as Howard picks up the foul.
Wilshire had 14 double-doubles, 3 triple-doubles on her career as Dewana Bonner brings down the ball. Dewana Bonner with 8 rebounds now, and just overs for both sides as we have about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. Biggest lead for Indiana was 8. Biggest lead for Atlanta, 9. So it's been about even going back as far as the lulls we've seen from both teams. A lot of pressure. No one slides over to guard Aaliyah Boston. but she couldn't connect. Block call for Luck. She has 5. No one with 4, though, outside of that for Atlanta. Backdoor, Gray had all the time she needed.
And that was a beautiful connection from Nia Coffey and Alicia Gray. Nia Coffey just waited. She hesitated for a half second and allowed Gray to go backdoor, leaving her defender in the dust.
Caitlin Short once again. Some self-talk on the way back down the floor. Gray taking on the committee, pull up. 2 more for Alicia Gray, back-to-back buckets. 8 points after being held to just 4 in the first half. Aaliyah Boston got her first point in the 3rd quarter. Hold the back door, and that's knocked out of bounds by Alicia Gray. Back iron, and some way, somehow, Alicia Gray was able to get it to Ryan Howard.
Good balance, man. I would have been out of bounds. Would have failed.
With your knees, Tab?
Yep.
Bad, very accurate.
Accurate. That's why I'm up here.
Throughout this ball game, though, as you mentioned, 10 for 14 from the field with 21. Ryan Howard, too strong on the shot as they bring it up the floor. Natasha Howard coming over in free agency, spending the last year in Dallas. Another Bree Jones gets the touch going at Natasha Howard. Couldn't get the scoop.
Good offense, even better defense right there by Natasha Howard. She didn't foul.
Former Defensive Player of the Year. That's a big part of why she's also back in Indiana, her 2nd stint. Team that actually drafted her. Gets the back door, the tip pass.
Excellent.
Ryan Howard has been more aggressive in this quarter. A lot to so this could be a quick swing as Ryan Howard was able to knock down the 2. Kelsey Mitchell.
1 and done. 1 and done. If you're Atlanta, you finally get the lead back. You're up by 1. You're on your home floor. Make sure it's 1 and done. Intentional on the defensive and offensive ends, taking smart shots.
Gray pulls up, gets the contact. Season they dropped that one. Well, it's clutch free throws. And going back to their 2nd game against Indiana, it was a very close game. It actually came down to see if Natasha Howard was going to knock down. Getting another test. The kick out, Natasha Howard had all the time. Gets her own miss, fakes it outside.
Because they all boxed out, but long shots, long rebounds.
The foul from Natasha.
You don't have as much of a shot at making the basket, but if you're 5 on 4, 5 on 3, you've got the percentages in your favor as Bree Jones.
93% from the free throw line before their last 3 attempts. And he gets that one to fall. On the other side, Indiana, they've only shot 4 free throws. They've been 50% on the night. Kelsey lines it up. Tough night for her outside, 0 for 5.
I think I've seen 3 out of the 4, Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark, and Aaliyah Boston, all just frustrated in this game with their shots.
On the other side, they're saying, baby.
Howard said, I ain't done yet. She remembers that sweep from last season as Lexi Hull buries 1. The defense went under the screen, and Hull said, that's too much space for me.
Oh, you gotta love it. And Ryan Howard coming back, trying to get the foul. Another bucket for Ryan Howard. Back-to-back 20-point games for Ryan Howard, sitting at 23 in the foul by Brittany Griner.
Wow, boy.
Natasha Howard battle-tested throughout her. Can make this a 1-point game and can't. Again, Ryan Howard trying to find something against Hull. The dish off the fingertips of...
So she's quadrupled her scoring. Here comes that Georgia Tech math.
There it is, yellow jacket all the way. Bree Jones can't connect on the putback. Fever can take the lead with a 3 or tie. And Caitlin Clark dropped her 4 from outside tonight. She drains the free throw. This is her first trip to the free throw line. Missing the 2nd. Shooting 80% from the free throw line coming into this game. And ties it at 71.
I just want to give a shout out to the Atlanta fans. I know our fan base gets some flack for not being true homers. And last year we had more CC fans in this building, but just now when she was at the free throw line, I got more boos or more yays when she missed the free throw.
Gray gets those fans you were talking about out of their seats.
And they're all from South Carolina.
We can't win, can we? Nia Coffey touched the Jumbotron for that rebound. Alisha Gray tried to put on the Jets, met by Clark.
Clark still 0 for 5 from 3 in this game.
And draws the foul. Caitlin
on the floor.
Alisha Gray has been in double figures in every game to start this season, and now she does it again. She has 4 players are in double figures for Atlanta, 4 of the 5 starters.
And Gray also struggling at the three-point line as well. She's 0 for 3, but all 11 of her points have...
4-point game. Kelsey Mitchell setting up, guarded by Dre. Trying to go in the paint, denied by Nia Coffey. Off the mark. Nia Coffey trying to tie it up and does.
Excellent defense.
Finds the hands of Natasha Howard. Flips that one in. Add that to the circus reel.
Good job by B. Jones to not foul, and I didn't think Howard had a chance at that one, but my goodness, how does she get that to go?
Natasha Howard, 26 points, could end this with 30 if she wanted. Ryan Howard held up by Lexi Hull, Athletes Unlimited Defensive Player of the Year at one point. 4 on the shot clock. Nia Coffey left alone, high arcing, and can't connect on the 3. Great defense. Big stop for Atlanta here. Kelsey lines it up. Why not?
What a time to come alive and hit your first 3.
Ryan Howard tried to return the favor, nothing there. We're approaching the 1-minute mark, and Caitlin Clark will take her time. A quick... So both teams in the bonus as Caitlin Clark misses. So a foul. They wanted the travel call in the bonus, though. That's as Ryan Howard can tie it up. Back iron. And finds the hands of Natasha. They don't need to foul here. They have plenty of time to see if it runs out on the defensive end. Atlanta needs to stop. Caitlin Clark has not hit a 3 in this game. Stops on the dime, looking to pull up, finds Aaliyah Boston, who gets the bucket to go. Still a 1-possession game.
Atlanta almost gave that one up. Nia Coffey got back in just in time.
Atlanta has time. They can go for a quick 2. We'll see what they elect to do is another, he was disappointed in the missed free throws from 2. Tahina Pow checks in for Atlanta. So Gray gets it up top. Sophie Cunningham swipes in for the rebound, and Atlanta just letting her go all the way up the floor. Atlanta led by 9. Indiana led by won the first. And are winning right now, or won the third as well.